Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Cosmic Catch-Up for week commencing the 30th of June. So I was looking at the transit and it looks like a quietish week, right? But I just wanted to zoom out before we get into this week, just to give you a bit of a macro picture though of what's happening. Because if you look back the last few months, it has been anything but quiet, right? And across April, May, June, we've had a lot of big transit happening and some outer planets changing signs. So we had Neptune and then Saturn moving into Aries. And then next week, we have Uranus moving into Gemini. So this is kind of like phase one of this year, installing all those new changes. And you probably have felt a lot of changes through your life. And then we are about to enter from next week, a period, probably about 3 months, July, August, September, where things are going to start moving a little backwards. Most of those planets are going retrograde. I will explain next week. And then in October, November, December, they're going to go back into even their old sign. What does all of this mean? Stay with me. What you may be feeling right now, because I definitely do, is that right now we are in a period where there is a juxtaposition of our old selves and our old phase of life and the new phase of life and the new self. And if you're anything like me, you may have felt over the last couple of months starting to really come up with realizations about yourself and what you wanted to do and change in your life. It's kind of starting to see the new coming in. And the thing is, we are not there yet. We are not. And I find myself very much in that limbo, and I find it quite hard, and because you have to practice patience, and those things take time to really mature. But we are exactly in that in between, kind of a little bit out with the old, but not quite fully in the new. And that's where we're going to be over the next couple of months and really until the end of the year. And it's really in early 2026 that we'll be fully into the new. So I just wanted to zoom out to show you that picture. And right now, the week of the 30th of June, we are just about to enter that phase of retrograde, that kind of stillness, reassessing phase on a lot of those changes that we have seen coming through in the last 3 months. So I hope this spoke to you, whichever is going on in your life. So now, 2 things I want to mention happening this week. The first one, as I just mentioned, is Neptune is going retrograde from the 4th of July. And what that means, it doesn't go backwards, it's actually slowing down. But from the perspective of the Earth, the astrologers will be saying that it looks like it's going backwards because it's not moving as fast. And what that means basically is the things that Neptune symbolizes are going to be turned inwards. It's a time for introspection. And so what are those things? They are our dreams, they are our spirituality, and our intuition mainly. So expect your dreams to start really becoming maybe more transparent to you, sending you more messages. Expect your intuition to be strengthened. And this is all going to unfold until the end of the year, but it's going to stay in Aries until October. So until October, we're going to be kind of stationing on the front of our dreams, spirituality, and intuition. So it's a really good time to start reassessing what has come up on that front for you in the last couple of months. Personally, I'm going to do a dream analysis because I had so many dreams over the last couple of months. I'm going to look at the core themes across that. And also, you may have started to think about new goals for yourself. And this is a great time to see more clearly and to separate fantasy from reality. So it's going to be a long transit. You're not going to feel a massive shift on that day with that energy. But just especially look at your dreams, because you will probably see a difference once Neptune starts going retrograde. And you can really trust your intuition more. Now, the event that I want to mention, which I am super excited about, maybe you might not, but we are having a conjunction. In other words, two planets meeting on Friday, the 4th of July. Those two planets are Venus and Uranus. So it doesn't happen very often. And they are meeting on Friday at the 29th degree of Taurus. If you don't know it, each sign in astrology spans 30 degrees. So when a planet or two are at the 29th degree, that has a specific name called their neurotic degrees in astrology. And that means things are heading up, because it's like the last change, the last station for those planets to send you those messages and lessons in that sign. So it's actually in Taurus. And next week, we're going to talk about the fact that Uranus is moving into Gemini with Venus. But for now, let's just stay on the fact that those two planets are going to merge and to meet on Friday. So what to expect? So Venus is the planet of love, finances, values, beauty, and self-worth. And Venus is going to collide, quote unquote, with Uranus, which is all about freedom, being your true self. It's about unexpected changes and magnetic energy, like think shockwaves. Do I have your attention now? This is why I personally absolutely love Uranus, because when any transit involves Uranus, something happens. Always has been in my life, and the same on the global stage. And so I'm personally always excited, but the little trick is do not just watch too much, like, oh my God, what's going to happen, right? It's just a time of likely surprises. And that's why I like it, because it's a bit of a shake-up. But look, the shake-up is not always the most pleasant shake-up, but it's happening for your highest good. So I hope for you it will be a pleasant surprise. And it's going to have to do with your love, finances, sense of values, maybe beauty, sense of style. But there is likely to be some kind of liberating change happening this week, especially if things have been feeling quite stalling in that area of your life. So look up where the 29 degrees of Taurus in your natal chart. And this is an area where that conjunction will happen and things are going to shake up, things are going to rattle. And imagine it's just injecting a spark of electricity, and watch what happens. So there could be breakthroughs or breakups, or something just coming to the surface when it comes to your love life. You could meet someone. You could also have something going on the financial front, or a sudden change in your values or the way, you see yourself. So I love a Uranus transit because it brings us more freedom. It kind of goes, okay, let's just clean this all up, that old stale wood, and woo, something is going to appear. It could be romantic, as I said, but it could also be just new insight for you in any of those Venus topics. So good luck with that. I hope it's a really nice surprise for you. Okay, and that is all for this week. I also want to remind you all that we are still very much in Cancer season, so still a really important time, like I said last week, to focus on your home, on your family, on your emotional security and sense of safety. Make really sure you look after that core foundation of yourself and do those upgrades that you need to do in your home, family life, or sense of self in order to feel good. And then if you feel a little electrified, a little restless towards the end of the week, you will know why. But just flow with it is my advice. Okay, my friends, I'm going to wish you an excellent week. Good start to the month of July. And I will speak to you next week. Bye, everyone.